I think that we view these age dynamics from the perspective of older man chasing younger woman, and we don't spend enough time talking about younger woman chasing younger man, sometimes little boy. Woo, baby. Today the tea is piping hot. Today we are going to be discussing Miss Draya Michele. You may recognize Draya from being on Basketball Wives. She's been linked to different celebrities. She's known as being one of the OG Instagram baddies.
No, your wholeness can get deleted. Your wholeness can get deleted. Your wholeness can get deleted.
Wholeness can get deleted.
Yes, that's her. Lately, Draya has been in the media getting some backlash for her relationship with basketball player Jalen Green. Draya is 39, Jalen Green is 21, the same age as Draya's son. And to add on to the situation, rumor has it that she may be pregnant with his child. I wanted to use Draya as an example today to discuss the differences when it comes to the perception of women dating younger men versus men dating younger women. And I want to clarify that this is not intended to be a man versus woman debate, but I do think we should shed light on this topic because it is linked to how we view sexual experiences in young men. I remember in one of my sociology classes, we were talking about this age dynamic. And we were discussing how when a woman likes a man who is younger, the term for it is a cougar. And there's not really a term for the general dynamic of an older man liking a younger woman. So from that perspective, it shows that there is a bit of a stigma against women liking younger men because we have a label for it, right? So it can't be normal. However, I can't say that I completely agree with this sentiment because even though we use the word cougar, I don't think that it holds the same severity as some of the other terms that we use, such as pedophilia or grooming. I think that when we start having conversations about a man grooming a younger woman, there's just more of a general sense of outrage, especially on social media.
Do you all think it's grooming?
Mel.
No.
Yes.
Please don't do that right now.
Okay. How much, what's his contract?
Oh shit!
I'm asking
He's
for,
gonna be.
I'm asking
in
for
a few
reason.
years, he'll be making $300 million.
Okay, so.
He's gonna max out. He's gonna be one of the max guys.
Okay. And so, in no way, shape, or form do you guys think that he has any choice in who he dates, who he fucks, who he has babies with? This is a man making a choice to be with the woman he wants to be with.
We're not talking about his choices as a 21-year-old whose brain is not fully developed. We're talking about Draya in her 40s having a baby by the young man whose brain is not developed. And cool, if you want to fuck a 21-year-old, cool, but now you got a baby by a 21-year-old, you are a predator. I can't believe that you won't speak to this.
She don't think it's predatory.
No, she pandering because she don't want to alienate herself from a woman audience the same way that women do on these platforms.
But what if
and that's the problem with women on these platforms. When we need y'all to really kick it about women, y'all do this, thinking y'all trying to be kumbaya with women.
And when it's
That's
a
it.
flip situation,
And when the niggas do it.
man is hunting, then it's disgusting.
Then it's disgusting. Yep.
And I don't know if this is a race-specific thing, but I can only speak from my experiences. In the Black community, we tend to be a little hush-hush when it comes to topics like these. Or we kind of see it as normal. You know, I think a lot of us can relate to seeing younger girls get picked up from high school. So 15, 16 years old, by the older men in the neighborhood. I never did that type of thing, but I definitely remember that when I turned 11, 12 years old, I did start getting hit on by men in the neighborhood who were probably in their 20s, 30s, or sometimes older. And I was an 11, 12-year-old who didn't wear makeup, I didn't wear weave, I very much dressed my age. So we can't use the excuse of young girls looking older or trying to get that attention from older men because that wasn't the case. However, it was something that was normalized because my friends in the neighborhood, they experienced the same thing. And it was kind of like brush it off. You ignore the fact that these older men are trying to hit on you and you're a young girl. I distinctly remember when I was 11 years old, I would come home after school and I would kind of be the first one there. So we had an alarm system set up and I messed up the alarm system one day and the alarm went off, right? And so police officer came, had to help me, check the house, make sure it was okay. And he was probably I don't know. I feel like he had to be about 50, 60 years old. So it was an older guy, right? And he slides me his card with his phone number. And it's like, you know, if you ever need anything, you can call me. I was 11 years old. And so in that moment, I knew that it was wrong, but that just kind of goes to show you, like, this is someone who is a public figure, who is 4, 5 times, maybe 6 times my age at that time, but he felt bold enough to be able to do that because, again, it is something that is seen as a norm in the Black community, which is kind of sick. That's really sick when you think about it. But I see both sides. And just like I'm able to talk to you guys about this, and some of my friends or other women might be vocal about the things that they've experienced, I do think that there are a lot of young men who may have experienced the same thing when they were growing up, but they don't talk about it. And because it's not talked about, I think that we view these age dynamics from the perspective of older man chasing younger woman, and we don't spend enough time talking about younger woman chasing younger man, sometimes little boy. Sadly, as an adult, I begin to realize how common it is for younger boys, and I'm talking boys from the ages of like 10 to 15, to have their first sexual experiences at that age, but it be with a woman who is significantly older than them. Sometimes it could be a babysitter, a friend of the family, someone who is at least 5-10 years their senior. Now, on the flip side, if this was happening to a little girl, again, there will be outrage. Pedophilia, assault, right? Those are terms that we would use. I don't know if you guys remember, but like, I'm gonna say like 6 months or so ago, 6 months to a year, there was a string of younger teachers, so teachers who are probably like late 20s, 30, who were getting arrested for having sexual involvement with their students. And these are like, I don't know, middle school students, sometimes high school students. But when you look at the charges they received, they didn't get a lot of time. And it was like back to back to back, and really made you wonder, like, what is going on here? And what message does that send, where we see that these things are happening, but women aren't being given severe punishment for it? And what's even more sad is that young boys who are in this situation, for them, they see it as a bragging right, and they're not fully comprehending the severity or the dynamic that is going on until they're older. Lil Boosie talked about the fact that he paid a prostitute to give oral sex to his 12-year-old son or nephew, just things like that that we think are okay. And it's actually not okay, but it's super normalized in our community, and it's creepy. And I think that we should all be aware of these perspectives, as they may perpetuate dangerous double standards and encourage hypocrisy. I know this topic is a little, I feel kind of weird even talk about this, but I think it is a very, very important conversation. So let me know what you guys think. Is Draya wrong for dating and possibly being impregnated by someone who is the same age as her son? And on a bigger scale, are there double standards in how we review relationships where a woman is older than the man versus the man being older than the woman? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.